What's up everyone? In this game we have Tiger as our red Malian player spawning in the west side of Rocky River, and in the southeast we have ShellBeeTV as our teal Japanese player. And okay, never mind. The villager is going out to the gold. It doesn't seem like we have either player going out into the fish quite yet. And as usual, I see Malians in Conqueror, I cast Malians in Conqueror. There have been more and more players playing Malians in Conqueror 3, which is very surprising considering they have one of the lowest play rates. So I'm not entirely sure how the observer thing works, because I haven't really been seeing that many Jeanne d'Arc games or really Japanese mirrors. There used to be a lot of them, and now there aren't that many. There's been more Malian games than anything else. Of course, I absolutely love it because Malians are amazing, and I want to see how the new civilizations and how different players play the new civilizations against the older ones. Of course, Malians aren't one of the original. They did come out last year, but they have been around for a whole year now. So a lot of people do know how to play this matchup, do know what to do. But with the new civilizations, it's completely different. The new civs and the new civ variants. This matchup could realistically go either way. It just depends on what Tiger plans on doing and what response we see from Shelby. If Tiger, the general game plan for the Malians is to go into a fast castle with the Grand Cow landmark. If that's what Tiger is going, a few of the games that I have been posting, I think it was 2 of the Malian games I've posted, they've actually went for the Farimba garrison, which was a little weird, especially since the Farimba garrison did get nerfed quite significantly about 2 or 3 patches ago. Fewer and fewer people have been going that route. Because not only did the Farimba garrison get nerfed, the corral got buffed quite significantly. In the most recent patch, the cows food production has been nerfed a little bit. I think it was down from 28 food a minute to 25 food a minute. So and that's just baseline, right? That's without any of the scaling from like horticulture or anything like that. So per cattle ranch, you're losing out on a total of 9 food, since it's 3 cows per, or 3 food per cow, 3 cows per cattle ranch. You're losing out on 9 food per cattle ranch. And our choices for our players, we have the Mansa Quarry. Our landmarks agent of choice for our Malian player is the Mansa Quarry, which is very, very, very standard. And then we have the Coca Township for Shelby. I believe Shelby, every game that I've casted of Shelby where he's playing as the Japanese has went for the Coca Township. So this is his landmark of choice. It is a good landmark, don't get me wrong. I personally really like the Kura storehouse because it does give a little bit more, it's more economical. Or it's an economic landmark, right? Compared to a military one, obviously. And I am a very eco-oriented player. So I do like going for those more than anything, unless it's, as the Malians, I really like going for the trade network. I absolutely love going for the trade network. When I'm playing as the Malians, I am trying to mass up as many traders as I can. I haven't really been playing that much lately. I've been playing a lot of Byzantine though. I'm very surprised with how much Byzantine I've been playing. They're very fun. But jumping back into this game, we do have 2 mills up and running so far for our Malian player. A total of 8 villagers on wood, so we will be seeing a fast castle attempt coming through from him. We're going to start seeing cattle ranches get dropped one at a time, and 2 cows are already being produced at the moment as well. This really needs to be updated to 21 cows so we can have 7 cattle ranches fully decked out instead of 6 with 3 cows, 1 cattle ranch with 2 cows. It's very, very annoying. It doesn't make that, it actually does make quite a bit of a difference in your food income to not having that 7th cow. I don't know if it's some sort of like algorithm integer type scenario going on there. A lot of damage onto the shinobi. I'm not entirely sure from what though. Did it go under TC fire? I didn't see any alerts. And now we see 2 sabotages coming through onto the houses. And now the shinobis will be burning it down. 4 shinobis are on the field at the moment, and a 5th one is coming through as well. No +1 quite yet either. No stone coming up either for ShellBee. Very, very surprising there. We do see our first stable coming through for our Malian player. 1 cattle ranch has been brought up with 3 cows in it already. 1 is idled. A 5th cow is on its way. The shinobi need to, okay, there they go. That's a bit of damage onto those shinobi. 1 house has went down. 2nd one will be going down pretty soon as well. Attempting to get a villager kill, unable to. The villager was coming out to try to repair. He needs to be careful though. Oh, is that okay? The villager does not go down. I mean, excuse me, the shinobi doesn't go down, but the sofa is out now and we'll be able to pull. We'll be able to force those shinobi away. 1 will be going down. In the back, we do see a stable coming through. Since ShellBee hasn't got any stone whatsoever, doesn't have the daimyo manor upgrade on his town center quite yet. 2 more shinobi are coming into the wood line up here on the northern side of Tiger's base. The sofa is at about a little less than half health. It will go down to these 2 shinobi, but it does kill 2 shinobi of its own already since there were 3 there. Sofa gets 2 kills before it dies. 2nd sofa is up. Oh, what is that? Sofa would be able to clear that up pretty quickly. Let me see. 25 damage to 18. Massive health. Actually, I think the shinobi might win that one-on-one. What's the attack speed? 1.25 against 1.62. I think the shinobi might win that. I'm not entirely sure. A dock is coming down for ShellBee right here on the 2nd pond in the north. Keep in mind that these ponds have been nerfed. They only have 2 shoreline fish now instead of, I believe it was 4. A little bit of side note, or not really side note, but a little bit of a thought there. Nice little blink over, able to jump, able to get over without taking any damage. 2 cattle ranches are full. 3rd one is at 1 out of 3. There is a 4th created already as well, but no cows. So a little thing to keep in mind about this nerf, you as a player need to figure out whether or not it's going to be worth it for you to make a dock there and start producing boats in order to farm this out. Since it is only 2 shoreline fish compared to what it was before at 5, and now we see a little bit of damage coming through onto the dock. Oh wait, how are those shinobi in range of that? They weren't in range before. So here in this situation, it is better to build the dock and then have build the fishing boats as the Japanese, because their fishing boats do cost 30 wood less. So instead of the 75, they only cost 45. We do have 2 shinobi going down right there to the outpost. Another outpost is coming up that's going to be a little bit forward, and that'll fully cover that pit mine. No 2nd pit mine has came up. It is kind of in a disadvantageous spot, a little bit of an open spot. He's gonna have to put 2 outposts before he actually tries to take it, and these sofa are just chilling in front of ShellBee's gold instead of attempting to get more villager kills, or attempting to get any villager kills. It's been 0-0 across the board so far. Attempted charge does go through. The horseman is very low. Scout is at about half health. 7 shinobi, 4 ShellBee, 4 horsemen, a scout, and a junk. Yeah, they're junks for the Japanese. As for our Malian player, he's sitting on 7 supply, 6 apahi, or not Sapai, 6 Sofa, and 2 archers are on their way. Another little mini engagement coming through here. 1 shinobi has went down, and now the Sofa are forced to back off. The horsemen were able to get 2 additional hits onto the Sofa while it was running away. The cattle ranches are coming up slowly but surely. That castle age is going to be coming through. It's not as fast as Tiger would potentially want, but he has been on the defensive for quite some time now. Yes, he had Sofas over here on his opponent's side of the field, but he wasn't able to do much with it. What the hell? The shinobi are able to build rams? I never realized that before. We're getting some heavy aggression coming through from our Japanese player, unable to cancel the ram, and it does get destroyed. But those shinobi just destroyed, absolutely destroyed those 3 Sofas and the scout. That was absolutely insane. The nice little blink back as well in order to block them off from their retreat. 10 shinobi, 4 ShellBee, 5 horsemen, and a ram is coming up yet again. Where are the rest of your shinobi? They don't need, okay, they do have +1, they don't have +2. It's about to finish. Wait, what was there? It looked like something was getting upgraded, but nothing was. Once I clicked on it, the progression bar went away. The archers are going to start picking off these shinobi. 1 goes down, second, what? Oh, get saved by getting thrown inside of the ram. And we have 2 fishing boats, or 2 docks now for our Japanese player, taking up the northernmost pond, the second most northern pond, as well as the third. He is just grabbing all the ponds now. And since he does get the reduced fishing boats, little harassment coming through over here on the north side of the base of Tiger. The first villager does go down. 1 village, the first blood goes to ShellBee. And now these archers are getting into a nice decent number. There's 11 out right now, 7 Sofas, and Tiger wants to get into castle. He needs to get into castle. He should have already been there 3 minutes ago, at the earliest 3 minutes ago, at the latest 2 minutes ago. He should have already been there, but ShellBee is just putting in so much pressure, and now the rams are out. Tiger doesn't even have his second gold or his second pit mine out either. The rams are going to be doing a lot of damage. Sofas are going to be pushing forward in order to try to pick them off. They're going to be unable to though, because these shinobi are going to do a ton of damage to them. I absolutely love this play. But now the archers move forward in order to start picking off the shinobi one at a time. Nice blink into the back line. But the archer shinobi, the archer Sofa ball, they were able to back off just in time before a lot of damage does come through. Remember, the shinobi do 20 damage per hit, 25 to melee units. That 10 shinobi ball has been dropped down to 2, and now floating gate is coming through for our Japanese player. Will be in the back of his base with a total of 21 villagers building that up. For Tiger, no age up. He's building more infrastructure in order to get out more units. 23 military for Tiger, 13 archers, 2 in queue, 10 Sofa, 2 in queue. ShellBee sitting on 55 villagers, 15 military, 5 spears, 3 horsemen, 2 shinobi, a scout, a junk that's essentially useless at this point, and a bannerman. I believe that's an Uma bannerman. Yes, it is. And now castle age does click through for ShellBee. +1 attack, +2 attack is coming through for him as well. 74 supply to 75. ShellBee will be getting housed pretty soon though. The supply block should be coming through. I don't see any houses being built for him quite yet. He will have to spam them up. Building another barracks. ShellBee, you're gonna get supply blocked. You need like 3 houses right now. At least 2 houses 2 houses ago. And now he is supply blocked. 80 out of 80. The first knight has hit the field. A lot of villagers over here on the north on the gold are going to be getting picked off. 1 villager goes down. 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, 5, 6, 7, and there are just so many villagers getting picked off right now. There has been a Yoroshiru placed onto the stables in order to produce these knights 200% faster. Remember, the Yoroshiru have been nerfed. You can only have a total of 4 in play at a time, but the amount of damage coming through from these knights and the Uma Bannermen onto the archers has not been insignificant. The archer mass has been going down a lot. Samurai on the field now as well. The sofa, the front line for our Malian player, has been completely disintegrated, and now there's only 5 archers remaining for him that are running away. A ton of damage was placed onto that entire military force from our Malian player. Meanwhile, in the back, there does seem to have been a little bit of harass, but nothing too significant. Tiger has been able to pick up 17, 21. Where are the rest of these units dying? 4 more died for Shelby. I have no idea where though. Not a single alarm had went off either way though. Nice play by Tiger. He was able to pick off 21 villagers total. I believe it was 17 during that fight alone. But we all know that there was going to be a but there. He lost everything. He lost his entire military. He's sitting on 9 military to the 16 of Shelby. And now Shelby is going back on the offensive. The second pit mine has finally been taken by Tiger on the northeastern side of the map. His main one should be almost out. Let me see if I could get a click on. Castle Age does come through for Tiger. We see farms getting placed now as well. Knights are able to come into the back line or into the wood line yet again, and they're going to be able to pick off a couple more villagers. Donzels are out in play for Tiger, currently sitting on 6 with 5 archers, poison arrows nowhere to be seen quite yet, and a single sofa. As for Shelby, he's going to be pushing forward with 5 samurai, 3 geisha, 2 shinobi, 2 knights, 2 mounted samurais, excuse me. And he has 3 Shinto priests, but they are back home. They're not going to be applied to this army in order for any more heals. There is a lot of damage coming through though for our Japanese player onto the Malians. A lot of villagers for our Malian player are on gold at the moment. But is this gonna be enough to end the game right now? It does not look like it is. The rest of the army for Shelby is on his side of the map. He needed to reset his rally point towards the center so he'd be able to get his reinforcements. Also, he's lacking a little bit on the production side as well. Currently only sitting on 3 barracks, 1 stables, and his Coca store, Coca Academy Township. There you go. That's the word. He did run out of gold on his main vein, and now we do see a second TC up for him, and he is pushing forward towards the slightly more exposed gold, but it's still better than either the far western one. I would like to see wall. Stop any type of sofa run bys from coming over here and just completely decimating that. Instead, we're going to see straight wall right here on the far western side of the map. No walls right here anywhere to be seen down center. This is going to be a very, very difficult place to wall. He's going to have to do some sort of awkward one unless there is, I don't think there's a potential straight shot right there. No, that will be a little bit of an awkward wall up. That's an okay wall. And then we do get a Yoroshiru onto the forge. We'll be giving him 75 gold a minute for free for the rest of the game. 3 relics have been picked up already. 4th one is the 4th one on the, no, this is the 4th one. Where is your monastery though? Where's your monastery, Shelby? I do not see it. I know I'm blind. Oh, I am. Holy crap, I'm insanely blind. It was right next to the floating gate. We do need to see a second monastery come down though, so he'll be able to place the 4th relic. The 5th one is still on the map, and that's gonna be a pretty difficult one to grab, especially if Tiger decides to full wall this. Then yeah, there's not really gonna be any chance to grab that relic. Attempted Sofa run by coming over here on the southern end of ShellBee's base, gets picked off by the Bugeisha. Another house needs to be planted right here, placed right there, in order to maximize the amount of income or the food gathering. This has been a very, very strange build by ShellBee. I absolutely love it though. I don't think I'd be able to pull this off. I don't have the game knowledge, I guess, or the game sense that he does, because the Coca, like, he was just constantly making as many shinobi as he can. These geishas are going to run in and just get melted. We do have poison arrows for our Malian player, or our Malian archers. Tiger is currently sitting at 51 military, 25 Musafati warriors, 19 archers, 5 Donzo, 3 a couple villagers going down over there again, and 3 sofas. Meanwhile, for ShellBee, he's sitting on 46 military, 14 samurai, 7 archers, 7 horsemen, 7 geisha, 5 Shinto priests, which I think he should pull over and start healing up the rest of his army, since you can only have 4 out on play anyways. Might as well start adding them into your army, mixing them in. Well, you can have more than 4 Shinto priests. And the fight does break up, but there are very weak Musafati warriors in the mix. A demolition ship must have just collided into them and completely decimated their health. And now the push forward coming through from our Japanese player, able to decimate the huge army that our Malian player did have. Sofas, or excuse me, horsemen are picking up the straggler archers. The Ashigiru are faster than every other archer in the game at the moment, so he should have been microing that in order to get more picks. Poison arrows are going to do a lot of damage over time, those, and the samurai are getting fully engulfed by the sofas. Poison arrows, I like the little I like his single target fire that he is doing at the moment, just spreading the poison as much as possible. Micro does need to come out from the Ashigiru, finally popping it off, picking off the archers one at a time, but his front line is diminishing. That fight could have went a lot better for our Japanese player. The micro just wasn't there for him. He wasn't single target firing as well as he should have. He was just allowing the Ashigiru to fire freely upon the enemy army when he needed to single fire down the Donzos. Well, not necessarily the Donzos, but the archers. He definitely needed to single target those archers instead of letting them free fire. We are sitting on 2 ranged armor, 1 melee armor, 2 ranged attack for our Japanese player. Meanwhile, for the Malians, he's sitting on 1 ranged armor, 2 melee armor, 2 ranged attack, and 1 melee attack. I forgot that the attack upgrade for our Japanese do not show up on the UI. He does have +3 melee attack through as well. Onimusha are coming out for our Japanese player, who's sitting on 49 military supply, 19 archers, 9 samurai, 7 Onimusha, 5 geisha, 3. I want to see him just delete the, where is it? Nah, I guess he could keep it there for a little bit longer. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. And the bannermen are coming out now as well. The Katana bannerman is out, and the Yumi bannerman as well. The junk is pretty much useless, but he's not hitting cap, so it's not that meaningful at the moment. Once he starts getting closer to cap, he will have to delete that. And we do see Sacred Site victory approaching for our Japanese player, and the charge does not connect. He is able to go back just enough, but these Ashigiru need to stutter step backwards. Perfect. They need to start picking off those archers. Otherwise, there's going to be a ton of damage, just like what happened last time. This time, our Malian player is able to get a decisive win on that front. And now he's going to be pushing forward. He needs to micro these Ashigiru. He needs to micro these Musha as well. Onamusha. They have huge potential for damage to be able to come through. Instead of allowing the Ashigiru to just free fire. Manga now is out for our Malian player. It is going to move forward in order to get the back line. The front line for our Japanese player is just non-existent now, and the sofas mixed in with those poison tipped arrow archers are going to be able to push forward little by little. Our Malian is gaining ground and is going to start pushing into our Japanese players base yet again. The micro for Shelby just hasn't been there in these engagements. It was there early on, but once it got into essentially large-scale fights, he just hasn't been microing as well as he should be. This little Onamusha back here, run. It will go down eventually. And now the split off of sofas are going to be rotated around to the southwestern side of the map in order to try to pick off whatever you can. Still no walls over here. I would have loved to see those walls like I called it about 10 minutes ago in order to deny anything of this sort. Instead, he went for a wall right here on the western side. We'll see if those sofa are going to be able to see those villagers there. And now he's just spamming up outposts. They might be just going for the neutralization of the sacred site on the southern end of the map and backing off from there, or going straight into the enemy base. We need to see Manganaos, at least 2 mangoes coming out from Shelby in order to hold and push forward. There is an attempt. There are 2 free mangoes right here for Shelby to be able to pick off, and that's it. There are no Manganaos out for our Malian player. Yet again, Shelby is attempting to push through, but this micro, he needs to throw up the line formation onto his units. There's so much damage coming through after the fact because of those poison arrows. Our Malian is getting a nice little spread of poison tipped arrow damage, of the damage over time, onto a huge variety of units. But if he were to focus fire as well a little bit better, each volley, one volley from 50 archers, even onto a knight for instance, or any armored unit, yeah, the initial damage won't kill them, but guess what, the poison is just gonna completely obliterate them as they're attempting to retreat. And as they attempt to retreat, you just let your archers free fire on them. Currently 59 archers for our Malian player. 1 Manganao is out for Shelby. At this rate, he does need 3 though. He absolutely needs 3 Manganaos to be able to deal with all these archers. If he doesn't, this is gonna be a massive uphill battle for him. The junk did get quite a bit of damage through onto the archer ball. Not a lot, but enough. It is not going to deter. Wow, I've said it so much that I don't even know if it sounds correct anymore. There is a Manga now out on the other side of the wall. It does need to get defended. Where is the second one at? The second one is coming up. Oh, no, Mango, what are you doing? And the Manga now goes down. Shelby's left with 1 now. That is not going to be enough to be able to deal with this huge clump of archers that he has, because now a Tiger will be able to just free farm these units. Let his archers just attack whatever they want, spread the poison as much as they want. Mango shot for Tiger does go off onto the back line of our Japanese player. Gets 4 archers, And another really decent shot. These villagers are just standing there. They should have been garrisoned, adding on the additional damage onto the archers that are right underneath them. But instead, he's allowing them to just get massacred. The Ashigiru are out, or the Ashigiru are putting on a little bit of damage, as well as the samurai. We needed to see these archers. That is a shogunate castle as well, so that was a ton of damage coming through from there. ShellBee has had control of all 3 sacred sites this entire time. It's 6 minutes and 15 seconds until sacred victory. A little bit of an on a Musha run by over there on the northeastern gold mine, picking off more and more villagers. Samurai over here on the western side picking off more and more villagers yet again. A total of 26 villager kills for ShellBee, 49 for Tiger. They are tied up somehow, some way, 70 villagers apiece, except Tiger did have 20 villagers idle for a solid 10-12 seconds right there, since I noticed. And now the push forward coming through from ShellBee yet again with 1 manga now, though. He needs to wait for a second. He desperately needs to wait for a second in order for them to force it. The 2 mangoes, it's not even about the amount of damage potential that they have. It's about the attention to detail from Tiger in order to force mistakes out of him, in order to force Tiger to miss micro or not even micro at all properly while the Manganaos are firing. This is a clear overextension over here from our Japanese player into Tiger's base, though. A Manganao does come out. There are 2 springholds here applying damage onto them, but those siege units are completely out in the open. If our Japanese player is able to push through a little bit more and start picking off all 3 of those siege units, this will be completely devastating for him. Meanwhile, half of ShellBee's army is stuck at the front line auto-attacking buildings. That was a very, very clear overextension on ShellBee's part, and it does give advantage over to Tiger yet again, especially with the single Manganao from ShellBee. He is not going to be able to push all the way through. Sitting inside of the hidden forest in order to buy time just to buy a little bit of time is fine. But the best thing about it is that since he is in there, Tiger's springholds are unable to snipe off the mango, but now he does have vision of it. Are the mangoes, stupid camera, and the mango shots do go off onto, or excuse me, the springhold shots do go off and kill ShellBee's springhold. So now ShellBee does need to back off a little bit. There are 2 springholds in queue for him, 2 Manganaos. Where's the second one? It should be slow and steady moving over there. Yes, it is. 5 relics have been picked up, and there is another little bit of harass coming over here on the southwestern side of Tiger's base. Walls are coming in over here on the far southwest side of Tiger's base. ShellBee is going to be eating up a lot of that gold, potentially all of that gold as well. Full walls, an outpost, and a total of 28 villagers are going to be there just devouring that gold as quickly as it possibly can. And now Tiger is going to attempt to push forward yet again with a total of 91 military supply. We're going to see if he's... these springholds are trying to inch forward for Tiger in order to snipe off the Manganaos, but they were getting caught behind their friendly units. We need to see the control on both players, how they plan on engaging. I would really recommend that ShellBee fight back at his base underneath the Shogunate castle. That does a lot of damage to Cav, and the Manganaos are in the front again, just like they were previously, but Tiger doesn't commit. Sacred site has been neutralized. That happened about 2 minutes ago. A repair does need to happen on this forge. And the Shogunate castle, 1 springhold shot goes off onto Tiger springhold. Second one, the horsemen are able to snipe it off. or finish it off. And now I believe Shelby thinks now is the time to attack. Able to get a lot of Tiger's army in that retreat. Springold's shots go off onto the front line. A lot of units go down, but the Springolds of Tiger go onto the Ashigiru of Shelby's and completely cuts the numbers in half. Second shot goes off and kills another 6 Ashigiru. 2 Springolds are still up for Shelby, but they're not getting microed whatsoever. They weren't essentially getting stutter step, but it was enough to push Tiger back, and now we have another swing. This time it is in Shelby's favor. We'll see what he's able to do with this. It's been such a back and forth. Oh, the Mega now. Oh, the Mega now is barely able to make it in the middle of his friendly ball right there. Shot goes off, able to kill 1 Ashigiru, but weaken 4 of them. Second shot goes off into the back line, hits a single Ashigiru. The 2 Mega Nows and the 2 Springolds of Shelby have made it into the front line. GG gets called, game goes to Shelby. That was a huge back and forth. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Have a good one.